Welcome back, folks, to the Business Blast. Yeah, oh yeah, that's the Business Blast on TEDMAG. And it's brought to you by our friends at Satco. That's SATCO.com. Man, if you're an electrical distributor, take it from a lighting distributor. Two of them. That if there's one company you need on your line card, one company, it's got to be Satco because they have everything, Greggy.
They got it all: fixtures, bulbs, tubes, lenses, kits. What else do you need? They've got it. Check it out.
Thing, right thing. Just go to satco.com. That's
All day.
SATCO.com. Okay, man. So, you're American, right?
Yes.
You guys are always talking about like entrepreneurship and free enterprise and all this kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then you hear the Silicon Valley crowd, right? The Silicon Valley, the what are those guys? Those investor guys. We're going to put 100 million into this, and we throw around millions, and then hopefully one takes off, right? And they call it creative destruction, and they speak about this as if it's positive, right? Okay. But when is creative destruction, Greg, just destruction?
Give me an example of what you're saying here. I think I know, but tell me a company or some situation.
So, in the old days, people would make a light source, and they had to make an NEMA base on the light source. Mm-hmm. And it had to be a certain amount of watts, and it had to fit in the fixture, and had to work on a ballast. Like, let's take HID, for example. Like, you know what an S49 ballast is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That runs 250 or 400 watt high pressure sodium, right? And that ballast runs those lamps, and it can come in different configuration. No, actually, it may only come in one configuration. And then the lamps that run it have to be able to be powered by that ballast. Maybe they could be double-ended, but if they're double-ended, it's got to be GX. I should know, but I don't. I have GX23F or whatever. And this was for CFLs. For A19s, for everything else. And, it actually worked really good for the consumer. It did.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it made sense.
Made sense.
It's defined.
Yeah.
Sure.
You didn't, different manufacturers were allowed to make the same bulb without impinging on one another's intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then the lighting business is just old and stodgy. We need to destroy it and replace it with something different. We need to destroy that business and replace it with something different. And everyone's having a party in 2015 or 2006. It's a big party. Woo! Yeah, we're going to destroy it. We're going to we're going for scorched earth policy here. We're going to burn it all down and replace it. Mm-hmm. What if they replaced it with? A shit show?
That's it. That's fair. Okay, so lighting has had some creative destruction.
Yeah.
And is it creative or is it just straight up destruction? I see where you're coming from now.
Yeah, so this is what I'm doing is destroying things in a creative way. Oh, thanks. That's great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I really appreciate that, actually. That you've destroyed everything and that you've replaced it with lies and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Creative destruction. Yeah. And what I want to tell the electrical distributors is be careful of that siren call to change everything. And all the people in that business are, stale, pale, and male, and they know nothing. And I don't want to get into all that debate, but the idea that, the people that have been in the business for 30 years are idiots and they know nothing and they have no idea what they're doing. And these people need to be blasted out of the way by Silicon Valley or whoever. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it has absolutely caused all manner of havoc in the lighting business, which is where Greg and I come from. Flicker issues, lies about warranties, unfixable light fixtures that they're just garbage when they burn out, completely warranties that are all manner of weirdness in them. I mean, we've done warranty shows and all that. Greg, is it just destruction? Maybe it's creative. Maybe they got creative. Maybe they thought there was an app for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a way, though, that's natural, isn't it? I think all businesses and industries go through that cycle to some degree, and whether it's creative or destruction or both, or I think it's almost always a little bit of both, isn't it? Like when you change something.
No, there's nothing like the lighting business. So the only thing like the lighting business is the cell phone business, but they were replacing that was infrastructure that didn't already exist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for example, in 2000 or 1995, you didn't have a phone in your pocket. In 2000, you didn't have a phone in your pocket that had a camera or email. By 2005, you didn't have a phone in your pocket that took good pictures, or maybe it took pictures, but not like this. And then you didn't have by 2010, you started to have a phone in the pocket that actually listened to you and sent your information to somebody else. Like this kind of thing. There's nothing like the lighting business. The lighting business has been completely obliterated. And I don't mean like that in terms of there's nobody that's available to sell lights. What I'm saying is that the change happened so fast that all the people that knew anything are out of the business at the top end.
Right.
Would you say that's fair?
All that. Yeah. No, for the lighting industry, for sure. And I think that, sometimes that change has scared people off, and maybe not for the good, because we're going back now to a lot of old technologies, it seems like, in a way too. UV and all that, we're not going to get into that. But I mean, at the same time, those people that did know everything about it are not in lighting anymore because of all the creative destruction you said.
Well, the destruction can be creative and still be destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, and you know what the thing is? I think what people need to realize is that we humans are a species with a very short time frame. So if it goes past 2 years, you probably eliminated 95% of people who care.
Sure.
Right? Unless it's a car that you drive with the brand name on the back and the dealership on the license plate, right? Like you have that license plate on, like the dealership puts that plate on their thing, and it says, whatever, GMC or GM or whatever on it. And then you all got, my car broke. If you didn't know who made your car and you didn't know who sold it to you, and it wasn't that important and you didn't have to maintain it that much, would you remember after 3 years where you got it from and what the promises were? Promises? I don't think so, man.
Yeah.
I don't buy this whole creative destruction thing. And I think America's got to put that Silicon Valley vibe to sleep and just say, you know what? We don't need any more destruction. We're good with incremental progress. Which is why you got to go to satco.com. You know why you got to go to satco.com? Because they have all the bulbs. That's right. I don't know if they have low pressure sodium in stock. Don't know about that. Maybe they don't have low pressure sodium, Greg. But they got all the legacy stuff if you need it. And they got lots of different LED innovations and versions of stuff. Pretty much everything. And they got lots of fixtures too. So go to satco.com. Light thing, right thing, baby.